best outlaws in the motherfucker. Look at him. Look at him, the criminal. Wanted dead or alive. Okay. Let me see here if I can do this. It's technical difficulty. Okay, are we? Oh, we are too tall. The percolator. We just did the percolator, dropped it down. Okay. Do I fit in the shot? We gotta make sure the shot. I gotta get my interview thing. So. All right. Okay. Yeah, nigga. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. So, a lot of people got the whole black couple thing going on. They want to talk and rant, rave. Everybody angry. Because they're not getting their loving on like they need their loving on, supposedly. That's a long story. So, I have the 144,000 with me here today. This is the same brother that was in the Million Man March when I was in D.C. He was with me selling the books, and, you know, we watched some marching. That was good. Yeah. We watched some marching and marched right into the fucking ocean. A
lot of talking.
Yeah, a lot of yickety yakketer. Yeah. You know, 3-piece suits and 120 degrees out here. You know, motherfuckers ain't making no goddamn sense. So, I decided since they was in town, they hollered at me, and I'm swinging them around doing the hosting and the chauffeur. Nigga, don't think you finna do it, nigga. You know, it's just fucking with you, though. No, when people come to Vegas, you can holler at me. Ain't no weirdo ass shit. We will dodge the weirdo. I will point to it, you know, exhibit A, exhibit B type of thing, you know, get your Polaroids out, all that type of shit. But what we are here for today is because they have an honorable relationship, okay, that has lasted 20 years.
20 plus years.
20 years. How many children do you have?
5.
Okay. And how many acres of land? Okay.
We
got the house. We got the properties.
5, nigga. They ready to milk cows and cut some goddamn chicken heads off. No, but they got the team over there, you know, and it's very serious. A lot of people find this difficult. Yeah. So I said, hey, let's see if we can get the can opener and find ourselves some secrets. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm going to ask them a couple of questions, and I think we have a monologue that wants to be introduced. She has a couple of words. The sister has a couple of words for the bonnet, for the shower cap, for the brown gel. There's no brown gel. You see that? Okay. So if you would, go ahead. The floor is yours. I'm just shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
Peace and love. All right, here for the sisters. We have to learn how to respect ourselves and our natural selves. Okay? It don't matter you got long hair, short hair, no hair. Right? When you wake up in the morning, you have to get with that routine. It all starts with self-love. If you can't love yourself, you can't love your mans. If you can't love yourself, you can't love your children. You have to take care of you first. So it's very important to come with those positive affirmations, to come with that grounding. You have to deal with you. You have 2 selves. You have a higher self and a lower self, right? We're hitting you with that more science real quick because a lot of us don't understand this because it was not taught to us. We were products of slaves. We were manufactured. So when we go out and we're presenting ourselves in any which way, you know, we're not having respect for ourselves. We're not having respect for our household. Our duty as women, as mothers, is the household. That is our first business. If you can't get your household in order, if you can't take care of your seeds, you're doomed. You're dooming your children. You feel me? Like, you have to get yourself together. Don't be focused on them streets. Focus on you. Focus on your household. Okay? Turn your hobby into your business. You know, YouTube is popping right now. If you just wake up in the morning and just videotape yourself washing your dishes, cleaning your house, you feel me? Doing your hair, taking care of your seeds, you could become wealthy just for being you. You don't have to go out here and put yourself out there being provocative, You don't have to be partying. You don't have to do drugs, alcohol. You don't have to go that route. That's hell, right? You putting yourself in hell. You setting yourself up for failure. And then your seeds are seeing this. What they gonna do? They following that. They following that to nowhere. So you are creating generation and generation of failures, of the bums,
It's making more sense.
the lowlifes, the slavery, the system. They don't even, you can't blame the white man no more. We have too much information, too much education at our fingertips. With our phones, what you doing with your phone? You're on YouTube watching bullshit. You're on Facebook doing bullshit. You're on Instagram showing your ass. Nothing that's worth anything, right? We got to take it back. We got to take it back.
Brought to you by. Brought to you by. Do you understand, motherfucker?
It's time to be responsible and hold ourselves accountable for our actions and to raise our vibrations so that we could do great things in this world, because no matter what it looked like, no matter how bad it is, we ain't going nowhere. We are forever people on this planet. We are of this world. We are from this world. They could do whatever they want. They could vax, jab, all this crap. It ain't affecting us. We're going to be here when they not here. So always remember that part.
It's very interesting she went down that route, because we were all into the super prepper mode. The prepper energy was real heavy. When we first started, it was like, what, 2008, 2009? When we first, and these niggas like, nigga, we packed up. We going to Brazil. I was like, nigga, Brazil? I said, nigga, that nigga Blanca from Street Fighter gonna get you niggas.
Like, nigga, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, what is you doing? So they went down to Brazil for 5 years, you know what I'm saying, and came back, and now, you know, and that's a cold piece of work, because there's not too many African American women out here, Moorish women, who are going to follow their man to a whole nother continent, which is stranger danger zone, hands down. Oh, nigga, I got 3 uncles out there. It's still stranger danger zone. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking at a real one who had the gall and who had the willpower to and the blindness to follow her man all the way out there. And they came back to America. It was proper decision making, and they're at a position right now where they can travel and vacation and do that type of thing. And that's very important. A lot of people aren't in that position, and nor are they in that type of tie of reliance when it comes to emotion. So, now that we're getting down to it, what's your zodiac signs?
Taurus.
Both Taurus.
They're both Tauruses. Now that may be odd. Is that okay? Let me ask you. So when you looked that up in your early stages when y'all were messing with each other, did you look that type of thing up?
Taurus, she's more into that than me, so she probably did.
What did it say? Did you ever look that up like early?
Well, I mean, on our journey, especially dealing with the more science, we learned that our self-lord and master, like, we're not ruled by the stars. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the zodiac signs say, well, those two people ain't gonna be together, it's like, that's, you know, that's for people who don't know shit.
I know shit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, nigga, I'm not fucking with no Taurus. I'm not fucking with no Sagittarius, nigga. Now, but me and the Taurus people could, you know, I mean, that's my baby moms, and that's why I'm bringing it up like that. My baby moms is a Taurus, you know what I'm saying, and didn't work out. You could get the details in the Black Man's Bible, you know what I'm saying. But what did work out though is our money principle was good. Yeah. And our money principle was good because Tauruses are the sign of gold, you know, and that matched in with me being a Leo underneath the sun. So I'm going to ask you next, what zodiac signs did y'all give birth to?
Oh, wow, we got all fire and earth signs. So we got we got Aries, we got Leo, we got a Taurus, we got a Virgo, and a Pisces.
Oh, that matches.
The last baby is a Pisces, so It came earth, fire.
The Pisces be sort of standoffish, though.
She's the youngest one. She's
Is she sort of standoffish though a little bit?
She got look.
Or she be in the mix. She forces herself into the mix.
She
the center of everything.
She's the water.
Oh really? Oh okay.
She's the water to the house. Like and all fire and earth, she comes and she's like, okay, I'm gonna distinguish this shit.
Oh okay. I get you.
When it gets like real high energy, she comes through and be like, all right, this gotta stop.
Okay. So you are witnessing Taurus and Taurus can ride for 20 years.
Okay.
I mean,
that's the bottom line
about Tauruses. I mean, just saying like 2 Tauruses, 2 bulls can be butting heads because we both can be aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
the Tauruses.
talk about that.
So definitely with the bull energy, like we strong-willed.
Yeah.
You know,
like if it was a weaker dude, you would.
Okay, I'll keep it down to one question. No. Any domestic violence cases?
No.
Oh, never. Okay, never had that. Okay.
So our upbringing, I think that formed us to being who we are because, like, what both of us being conscious and aware, you feel me? Like we vibing in that Aquarian age.
So basically, you're a consistent reader.
Definitely
You are.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'm a healer as well.
Consistent reader. Very important. There is digital. So she ain't got no time for all of this devil's artwork and nonsense. Let's keep it for real, my nigga. You understand? That's how it works. When she's in the book, she ain't over here thinking, no, that's what it is. Because if you're not a reader, your brain goes into this space of, somebody trying to get me, and you ain't even got no fucking value. You think somebody trying to get you, somebody trying to rob you, somebody setting you up over here. You go into high paranoia, you know what I'm saying?
So we go back to the more science where we learn that ain't no enemy but yourself. Your enemy is, the devil is you. Mm-hmm. So it's up to you to recognize the devil in self. Mm-hmm. So when we recognize the devil in self, then we could subdue that lower self, and then we could, move like.
So let me ask you: do you have a tactic on diffusing? Do you have a tactic on diffusing the argument?
Definitely. So we've been together for so long, we know each other.
Yeah. Right.
So at this point,
you gotta put it down back.
At this point, we have enough respect and common sense to be like, all right, I'm about to go over here and do some other shit. Cause
it's easy to do that though because like the way, because we ain't come up perfect. We both no knock to the family and everything, but we both came up dysfunctional. Right. So it's crazy even for us to even be trying to create something stable and solid, and to still be here. Right. We ain't, neither of us experienced that. Right. So it ain't like things was all good and we had a model to go after. We had to create it.
Yeah. You had to create your model. You didn't have a model to go after, but what you said that was important was just like Pascal Beverly Randolph said, is that the element of being God is trying. So like you said, we tried, okay? So trying is the element of God, and you trying to maintain, you trying to diffuse your own anger, you trying to do all that, kept shit solid and kept the boat rolling. You see what I'm saying? Because you got 5 kids, and I mean, in today's age, that's heavy. You're not on no EBT, and all of this other nonsense. Right. So you know what I'm saying? It's success. So let's see here. When did you start doing entrepreneurism?
Yo, a long time ago. Way back in Memphis, like when we first got together, like it was like okay, like I started a little record label, right? Started getting equipment for the studio. We doing studio time. We got a machine. We pumping out CDs and push, for other people, like charging the service. Like it was like straight to we gotta work, but we gotta have our own.
Right. So y'all did work jobs.
I was in the beginning.
There was heavy crunch time. So how long were y'all together before the first child?
About 2 years.
Top. Black Man Bible. That's the law. I said in the Black Man's Bible, you better be with that woman for at least 3 years.
Hey, look.
And living underneath the same roof.
That's important, yeah.
Yeah, living underneath the same roof. Okay, keep going. No, say what you about to say.
So what you were saying, though, like, man, you don't want to just pop. I mean, man, this should be common sense, but it ain't. We don't know this stuff. You don't want to be popping out kids with somebody you known for 1 month. Look, nowadays, you just know somebody's internet name. You don't even know their real name. Forget knowing they family.
Brother, put my X-Files in there. Brother, this isn't, you're not interviewing me right now. We're interviewing you, nigga. Fuck that shit. Yo, we don't even want to talk. No. Hey, all that dating profile shit, we're not talking about that right now. Okay, we're talking about success. You understand? Because I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, my God. No, you don't know the motherfucker's name.
You don't know that.
You don't know forget knowing the family, so you know where they came from. You don't even know their name.
Big.
Ain't no way you know their family or nothing.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you really dealing with.
Going around looking for super black melanin.
One day,
about to have his baby.
After you done had the baby, you look at the child, like the sex offender, find out this fool was a damn sex offender.
Oh,
predator.
Don't do that.
You can't go near the elementary school.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
Got a child.
Oh my God, he has opened up the Mulder and Scully files for you niggas today.
Dad can't even drop off the child at the school because he can't go near it. Man, come on.
B, if you put in the family locator into your script.
Hell no.
B, I did that shit one time. They said, "Oh, family, they said sex offender. Click here." I said, "Might as well. Let's see what's going on." But pervs are amongst me. You understand? Yeah, you fucking perv. Yeah, and then you're a loser perv. You got caught. So let's look. I pressed the button. Poof. Whole city is blue now, nigga. I'm like, God damn, let me find my home. I'll make sure I got this. The fuck is this shit, Man, that shit is very real. So you got to watch the perversion. You got to watch the environment that you come from. Because like they said, they don't come from functional households. Nobody in America is coming from a functional household. That's out of it. So what we're going to look for is your amount of dysfunction. Since we all know you ain't motherfuckers ain't got no function. We're gonna look for your amount of dysfunction. Was your parent alcoholic, heroin addict, nigga? Was it gambling? What was going on up in there? You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what it is. And the layers are so crazy. It don't even have to be any of those hardcore ones. It can be pill popping and watching CBS, watching the UBC channel selling products at 3 a.m. Grandma up in there popping pills looking stupid as fuck. And you don't even see she on though. You see what I'm saying?
Addiction is addiction. It doesn't matter. They could be a hoarder.
Right.
Like,
you gotta know that shit
on many levels.
Yeah, because like your shit might not mix with her shit. Mm-hmm. You gotta know.
So here's a hard one. Here's a big one. So how long did y'all know each other before you said, "Yo, let's get a spot"?
A year.
About a year.
Yeah. Was
it hard for you to rip from family?
I was already ripping from like he said. We come from this.
My bad.
Look, I have 4 siblings under me, right? Well, three in the crib. So I'm the oldest, and I'm the only girl on my mom's side, right? Mm-hmm. So I was mom, I was sister, because my mom was in the streets.
Okay.
And then when she came out the streets, then she was working. So I still had to take her place in the crib, cooking, cleaning, watching my brothers going, taking them from school, stuff like that. So there was a lot of responsibility. And, my mom, like, God bless her dad, but you feel me, like, she loved to party. She would drink, smoke, whatever. Like, a couple of times she came in the crib and saw us smoking. She took the blunt and went to the room. So, like, this is what created us, So, like, my brothers, like in the streets, gang banging, so that's how we came up.
Where are they at right now?
In the South.
No, are they still banging and all of that other shit? Or?
One.
Two of them. Okay. Well, no, the reason why I asked that, because you're looking at a miracle case. And the reason why I asked that is because my philosophy in our reality is, and I'm gonna tell you, bumism is genetic. Yeah. From what I've witnessed in my life. But what you see here is what we call the exception to the rule. Okay? Right now, let's do the fucking facts. Because people don't get how it works. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, people need to see how it's real. Because it ain't like, oh yeah, mom and dad graduated Harvard and they bringing you up in the private school. Hell no.
It don't always work like that neither.
No, I come from immigrants who moved to Brooklyn, New York in the crack 70s. Like there was no hope for none of us.
Yeah. And then we both, like, statistically, it's like both moms Both our moms had gotten pregnant at 17.
In high school. Graduated high school.
Metaphysics.
So it's like,
look at the metaphysic. There's a metaphysic right there.
Yeah.
Were your mom's same zodiac sign?
We 3 years
my
apart.
mom, Leo.
Yeah.
Mom,
Taurus. Yeah.
Leo Taurus gold principle, like I said earlier, Leo and the Taurus will always be connected. There's some odd thing going there. I don't know if it's because of the moon or I don't know what it is. But Leo and Taurus will always be, well, it's probably lion and bull is what the measure is.
Yeah.
And, because Ram, Aries is royalty, and they definitely keep themselves, haughty. You know what I'm saying? So,
we got one of those.
oh, yes. So, yeah. But you saw that combination. I'm going to always promote that to stay focused on zodiac principles and also stay focused on what your mate siblings and their position may be at that time, because I've just had a similar type of situation, and that is to be observed. Okay, the position of the family members of the person you're dealing with and what they're doing and what their progress rate is has to be observed. And now, like she said, if you could just walk away and you're stripped away, then you're on your own. And when you're on your own, your back is against the wall, you're going to develop your mind and you're going to develop your position to be self-sufficient. And then when you get with a partner, you're going to be more reliant. If your woman does not cut off prior family, you're fucked. I'm telling you right now. Okay, please expound.
That's true, because, like, when you come from a family, like, no diss to the family, no knock to the family. We love our family, but when you conscious and you see like our family ain't rising above a certain place, and you make a conscious decision that I want to do better than where I come from, so you're gonna have to let that go for real. You're gonna have to move on and do you outside of the grasp, the grip of the family.
Yeah.
Because they're not going nowhere.
Right.
They still there. They not gonna go nowhere. They not gonna be like, I'm about to go open up these businesses. I'm about to go to school to learn this so I can do this and like, no. If they was gonna do it, they would have did it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening. Mm-hmm. So if you that's right. If you thinking on another level, you have to break free from them chains, because that's that generational curse. It just keeps coming back around. Mm-hmm. You have to break that curse.
So let's talk about it. Y'all both gold. Now we're not gonna get too personal, but we need to know. Joint account, no joint account.
All that we got.
Y'all do joint account. Y'all do agreements on
no secrecy,
no secrecy in the money, my nigga. Yeah. You're fucking around.
All right. No secrecy in social media.
Yeah, like if you gonna do it like that, you might as well just quit dealing with her or him. If you're dealing with female, whatever, like quit dealing with them, because there's no trust. Like y'all, this is where we be messing up a lot. I mean, I could be wrong, but we don't set something that's greater than us. Your household should be better than just you or her. So when you come together, this household, this legacy that you create, and that's what holds you together. That's what, makes you check yourself, be in order, deal straight up with her. You got to have the honesty. You don't have to put the money to the side because I'm going to get this girl pregnant and have You got to keep it real.
you know where that comes from too, though? That comes from the mental slavery. Mm-hmm. That comes from the slave master teaching us to hate each other, don't trust. Like, what's wrong with the black community? Yeah. We don't trust each other for shit. We hate each other. We hate ourselves.
Yeah, what he talked about right there was the invisible space of the legacy. Now let's talk about what else is up in there. Mm-hmm. The Al Green songs. Mm-hmm. Okay? The tears, the fighting, the abandonment if it occurs. Mm-hmm. The lack to be able to provide at that last given moment if that occurs, the missed phone calls, the getting other relatives involved into situations that you have to conclude on your own. All of that is wrapped up in there. The weird little metaphysical things that happen. The weird stuff that happens on vacations. Like what you told me one time. They said they was on Myrtle Beach, nigga. Mm-hmm. And somebody ran up on them 144,000. Now 144,000 just ain't the homie. That's not just Sharif. That's both of them. You dig what I'm saying? Because they came to the game like that. You dig what I'm saying? So but if Sharif was out there on Myrtle Beach on their dolo, you think they would have ran up on you and said something?
Probably not. Hell no.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So that power of being known 30 states away
yeah.
is embedded in their relationship, in their union. You dig what I'm saying? Which is a part of the elasticity, the rubber band, the quantum physics, and all of that crazy tie that keeps them together. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't appreciate that because they don't know what that is.
Right.
And, you know, that little space that I just talked about right there is really embedded inside the old school music.
Yeah.
And that's what I promoted in the beginning of the Black Man's Bible was, you know, all the old school music and the elements of love that they was talking about. Now, today they're promoting this individualism and lack of love and violence and, you know, fuck this bitch, this and that, this and that. You know, but right, and there's no progression in that. Right, there's no progression in that. You know, and yeah, as a matter of fact, you got 5 children, so how do you shield their brains from all of the current propaganda?
And let me say something real quick. So when you were talking about that, you know, listening to the old school music and how do you keep the children now away from this new stuff that's coming in, like everybody needs to realize that, you know, they call that programming, right? The program director is over everything that plays on the radio, right? And then TV's programming. So, you know, it's important to you know, to ingrain yourself with something more pure. You know what I'm saying? Even if you just playing it every now and then, so they can hear something else. You know?
Oh, so
they being bombarded with a whole different program.
So y'all play that music in the house is what you're saying?
My children play instruments.
Oh, okay. So what instruments do they play?
We got saxophone, we got flute, we got bass. So my oldest son, he could play 4 instruments.
Like mine's a track. I never knew that. I never knew that, but I appreciate music. When it comes to my music, you will always hear instruments. I think the last album I did is probably the first one with the less amount of natural instruments in it, and it's just more keyboard. But as you see, they have that type of music embedded into their relationship, which has stemmed down to over the 20 years. Y'all went through an Erykah Badu phase.
Oh, he played violin.
Right.
I played the clarinet.
Yeah. So I played the viola and the piano, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
so this is why the European put this in the school system, so we would have a great appreciation.
Yeah.
If you went that route, most of us don't even care. And then now, like, you know, it's garbage now. You know?
And we don't even have to tell the children, don't listen to that. They don't want that shit.
Yeah,
if I turn on the radio and we driving down the street and that shit plays, they like, Mom, turn that shit off. Like,
so you've done a what about TV control? Do you have to imply any of that?
I mean, because we lived overseas and they seen a whole nother world, living in a third world, it kind of it changed them. They're nothing like their peers.
Yeah.
They're not materialistic. They're not followers. They're not, you know, like they're very unique and very different.
Yeah.
And we encourage them to be like that. We don't encourage them to be like other people. And so when we came back here, because they seem poor. They seen kids with
real
nothing.
Poor.
They seen
real poor in jail, nigga.
No. There's no Section 8, bruh.
Yeah.
There's no projects. There is no food stamps.
Yeah. So how did y'all survive out there, man? What was the
We opened up a business.
Yeah.
What was the business?
Tourism. Just doing tours.
Bahia Brazil tours. That's what we opened it up.
Promoted that.
How long did it take to get it cracking?
I mean,
we got it cracking right away.
Yeah, like less than a year.
We just built the website and pumped it into the conscious community while we was there, showing what we were doing. We did city tours, translations, and people, like our people who was watching, you know, the videos, 144,000, they were like, well, y'all in Brazil? How can I get there? So we were just connecting with brothers and sisters from all over.
Oh, that's crazy.
The internet. People we never met before in our lives, hitting us up, talking about, I want to make a trip. You know, when I get down there, could you know, show me around. And we made some real solid relationships that still.
So I think we need to talk about that real quick. Hold on, because
the internet is wild though, because you know you can connect, you can, you know, reach people all over the world.
That's quick. Right, and it don't even have to be no big website.
It just so happened that they were in the same realm same area as this Black Madonna.
Yes.
The Black Madonna of the Good Death.
And it shows on TV.
And I only chose that Black Madonna because of the name, the Black Madonna of the Good Death. I was like, Good Death. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. So I put it up there. Come to find out, that's the same Black Madonna whose birthday or whose Appreciation Day is August 15th, which is Nipsey Hussle's birthday.
Yeah.
And they were living in the same location, and me and them knew each other before they even moved to Brazil.
Right.
So their eyes have witnessed the mass, right? It's a mass, it's the church's mass that occurs in worship of the Black Madonna. They witnessed. I thought that was a crazy triangle in the makers right there. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So let's talk about Brazil a little bit more. Did any of your kids have to go to school? Was it?
So
what was the poverty? You saw violence? Saw somebody's head get chopped off? What happened to them?
All right, we moved out there with 3 children, 2 boys, 1 girl. We had a girl out there, right?
How old did you had a baby out there?
She got pregnant again. Had our 4th child at the time.
Okay.
So she was born there. The other ones started school after like a couple months. They all, man, it was crazy because we put them in a new school in a new country. They all learned Portuguese on the
2
fly.
months. Within 2 months,
on
they're
the
speaking
fly.
Portuguese.
Because they're all young ones. They pick up.
Was Portuguese light to? Is it? It's not a light language.
It sounds kind of like Spanish and Italian and some
French.
other languages too.
It's
So
part of a Romance
it is
language.
European degenerate. If we go to the
yeah.
Okay.
But the children learned it in 2 months. We just threw them in school, just like how here it'd be like Mexicans,
right?
And they be in there and they gotta learn it. Then they gotta translate for the parents. That's how we work, because we put them in school and they got the language down. They were talking it like Brazilians.
Yep.
And they from Memphis, Tennessee.
Shouts out to Kingpin Skinny Pimp. Okay.
Kids from Memphis to Brazil.
So let me ask you, out there in Brazil, speaking the Portuguese, what was what was you seeing with the gangs? We all know about the big gangs. What city were you in?
We're in a city called Salvador.
El Salvador. Okay.
Salvador, Bahia.
So there was a lot of gang activity, a lot of crazy activity.
Man, it's crazy. Like she was saying, the poverty. Like they got their hoods is nothing like ours, right? Because everybody had to build it themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the favelas, man. It's crazy. Like the poverty. We went into one. It was up on a hill. There's a big gate, and it's a teenager standing out there with an assault rifle. And they like looking at everybody's coming up in there because it's like the hood. They really got that on
If
life.
you don't live there, you don't come there.
They gotta open up to let people in because if the popos coming, they banging it out. And so we there. We American. We got 3 little children that don't know nothing. They speak in English, and we had a friend who's Brazilian. She's like, yo, make sure they don't speak English.
They gonna have your black ass over here, okay?
It's another dude up on the hill, another teenager pop out with the assault rifle.
But the beautiful part about it is, we go to Brazil, we look like Brazilians.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like if you go to Brazil, they gonna be expecting you to speak Portuguese.
Right. They like, you American?
They
Hell
ain't gonna
nah.
believe
You Brazilian.
American.
You from here.
Hell no.
Oh, see, when I was in let me take off the hat. And when I was in China, when I went to Germany and China, they could tell.
Yeah.
It was, they could tell by the facial structure that you're not African.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're one of those, the 50 Cents. you are from the 50 Cent clan. You were from the Tupac clan, Yeah, that's the type of shit they throw around, They can tell from
down
the
there, like, that's how we knew, like, that's part of our journey. For like, we seen our people there. They look just like us. From the darkest person in my family to the lightest person in my family, they all look like people in Brazil. And so we also seen the Islamic community, the Hebrew Israelites. We seen all that with our own eyes.
In Brazil?
In Brazil. But the thing is, they don't know that's them. But the proof is all around them.
Like they not on the corners like.
Oh, I thought you was talking about
No.
I thought there was some of these transformer ass niggas out there. Oh, okay. God damn it. Oh, shit, nigga.
People have names like Moises, Solomon, like Solomon and Moses. You feel me? Like we were living in a
do
place.
stuff like that no more. You know, like
all that. I'm gonna tell you where that comes from. That comes from the Catholicism.
Yeah,
that comes from the Catholicism, and you know.
But they have places called Garden of Allah, Jajim Jiala, and it's like, wait, what?
Oh yeah.
What?
Shalom and all
It
this
says
stuff
Shalom on the schools, on the buildings, like we the star and the crescents all over the place. And you're like, wow, the Moorish Empire was here. It expanded from North America all the way to South America, and we've seen that with our own eyes.
Oh, okay.
And that's how we made the connections.
So there you go. There's the facts on it. You understand? So let me see here. Let me think of some more questions here. What about vaccinations? Are your kids in school right now?
They're in school and they're not vaccinated. Because we are part of the More Science Temple of America, it's part of our religion not to.
But do you have exemption papers for that?
Oh yes.
Yeah, once we hit them with the exemption papers,
they leave you alone.
But are your exemption papers state or religious?
No, we do it off religious. And we just get the affidavit and it's over.
Okay, so you still got to turn in an affidavit. They don't have a specific, because here in Nevada.
Just get a notary.
Yeah, in Nevada they do. In Nevada there's a state exemption paper. You know, if you need one, the guy at 720 at Gmail. You know, even though they know who the hell I was when I went up in there to register my kids for school, they ain't asked me shit. They said, could you please sit down over here, please? They filled out my shit in 5 minutes. Said you can go now. Yeah, they registered both of my kids at one school. I'm like, but they in different districts. They said, oh no, we have the AI. It is all good. Don't worry about it. We know what you're doing at all times in this motherfucker. You know. So let's see here. Yeah, it's kind of crazy out there. So do you got your kids in any sports and things like that besides instruments? What do you think about sports and the whole CTE thing?
I mean, I take that serious with the football and stuff, man. It's crazy because it's like, come on, why they? You know, I know people grew up playing it, but it's like, why are they gonna be running each other like head on?
Yeah.
You don't expect somebody.
Yeah, it's not no brand. So are you a man of guns? You keep guns in home?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you keep them safe. Do you train your sons?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like oldest.
We all got CCWs in the crib.
Oh, okay. So CCWs, okay. So you go camping then, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, matter of fact, we just went camping this weekend. Yeah.
Uh-huh. We disemboweled the hog.
Yeah. If you want to eat meat, like you got to be able to do this stuff though, for real.
Yeah.
Like, you think people just gonna be serving you forever?
Right.
This stuff ain't gonna last. Right. You should be able to see it. I mean, go to the store. Mm-hmm. You see they getting bare. The shelves. You see that if everybody don't realize you need to be stocking up and doing something to know how to survive, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It should be plain as day, no joke.
And also, to add to that, you should be fasting and detoxing your body often. Just going on a 1 meal a day for like a week, just to train your body, just in case. There's nothing available to you. You know, it's like it's gonna be survival of the fittest.
So let me ask you: have you all experimented with the polygamy?
Oh, definitely not.
Ah! You heard the lady came in. Let me interject, nigga. No, there has been none of that, nigga. You understand? Next question. No,
because like number one, that comes from a specific culture. And in the culture where that is part of the way of life, there comes responsibility and accountability. You must have what you need to take care of yourself and everybody else in your household as a man, right? My man could do that, right? But we don't need it. If we needed it, then that's a whole nother story. You feel me? Like, that comes from a necessity. Like, if there's not enough men for all the women in your culture, right?
That's where we at right now.
Your society.
But that's where we're at. If we look at the numbers, the numbers say niggas are in jail. The numbers say the do-rag has been tied on too tight. There's been brain damage. Do you understand?
That's right. But it's also mentality. You feel me? Like a whole mentality. Like if you can't come out of your lower self and you think that this polygamy stuff is just for shits and giggles. Like
let me stop right there. Okay, let me say something about that because that's exactly what's going on, and that's part of the reason why I asked the question because they got these groups all on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they like, oh, we doing the polygamy, we got extra booty over here.
Right.
Like, no, nigga.
That's not what it's about.
No, what they're doing is it's based on it's like a whole nother level of don't maintain the woman, basically. So the females, okay, run around here like, oh, I go over here and do the booty at this house for a little minute, and we're polygamy. And then I run over here and do the booty over here, and then we're polygamy. And I get to bounce around and we all gonna be great stupid.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's really going on right now. And that's not the basis of polygamy, because I'm open for the polygamy, but you best believe this is factory in this motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker. You understand? I got books pumping. I got shit. Nigga, we got 7 figures to make. We got 8 figures to make, nigga. I'm not doing we doing Nino Brown, nigga. I'm not doing none of this bullshit. Yeah, we not sitting around Netflix binging with your dumb shit.
They're at the table making books all day.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm at the table making books, nigga. Okay? We're not gonna fuck around with it. You understand? So we gotta make the books. We gotta sell them. We got to talk to the people online, and no, because what's going to happen is everybody's house is going to be a factory here in a second, and it's either you're going to be providing a service or you're going to be providing a product. But if you don't have the mentality of factory, and you don't know how to provide for large numbers, then you don't need no polygamous type of situation where you got a multitude of women in your house. There's on the attainment of the finances. Whether based off of your blueprint or her own little individual blueprint that she designed, whatever that may be. The whole thing is about what makes it crack. You see what I'm saying? Like, they started out with a studio. That is not where you're at today.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so what are you doing today? They started out with the studio and the CD, okay? Now we're at what level?
We way beyond that now. Like, you know.
Because then we went to Brazil and did a
whole
tourism
different
company,
business, right?
Right. Then we came back to the States. I went into massage therapy, so I own my own business, right? I'm a massage therapist, a healer. So we both have businesses.
Yeah, like I do marketing, specifically internet marketing, and then you know from that we get into everything, real estate. You know, it's just about growing, and once again it goes back to having a legacy. You got to be both working for that same household. Like, you know, marriage, you know, it's a business.
Definitely.
You know, and if you don't see it like that, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, if she can't come home every night, she's worthless. You understand? Because that's part of the stability of your crib. That's the backbone. You dig what I'm saying? Disappearing acts and all of this, and the reason why I put it out there like that is because what we've seen over time with ghosting and catfishing and what's a couple of other ones they be using? They call it ghost fishing, catfishing, and you know, other shit where they stand up, leaving you stood up. You know, all of that stuff comes from alcoholism. You know, and that's what a lot of people don't know, is that the effects of alcoholism shows up in your social activity. Yeah. So when people gotta hide their face and they're giving you the story of we gonna blow up, nigga, we finna do this and that, it's gonna be lit tonight. Nigga, I'm around the corner, 5 minutes, I'll be there. And this nigga, woo, nothing. And nowhere, the nigga, not in existence, nigga. It's all bullshit. All of that is liquor. All of that is liquor.
That's those spirits.
Well, that's the liquor. So what happens is because they taught those who aren't alcoholics to operate in said format. So now their brain is wired underneath alcoholism, and they're not even an alcoholic because they're doing the symptoms. See, people don't know how cultures are designed. Oh, yeah. So what happens with the culture is that I just show you the effects of an activity. Yeah. And when you get caught into when you recreate or reproduce or imitate the effects, the wiring of the addiction goes down in your brain. Yeah. So I don't have to get you connected. I don't have to give you alcohol for 10 years to make you an alcoholic. All I got to do is teach you that ghosting is cool. Don't respond to the text message. That's
talking
cool.
about the program.
Don't show your face.
Marketing.
That's cool.
The marketing.
You know what I'm saying?
Savagery.
Yeah, all that shit. Oh, you can throw up outside in the bush. Oh, you can bend over in between the cars and piss.
Right.
Oh, you can,
Go through all them quick little videos.
Yeah. You can fight the security guard and look like a dumbass.
Yeah.
We'll give you the effects of alcoholism, and then you're attracted to that, and then your brain, bloop, now you're an alcoholic, and you don't even drink alcohol. Amazing, if we understood sociology, psychology, biology, and all those things, and how they work together in synchronicity. If we had scholars who was focused on said subjects, we'd be a lot further along. Because it's based on human operation and how you communicate with those who are around you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, one thing to that, that's how come, they shut down that whole. You remember when BET had the serious news portion, and they had they used to have that. You remember that? Because they did away with that. Where they used to have it, where you could have critical discussion. You have real thinkers come on and talk about how to really go at whatever issues. They did away with that and just made it just nonsense.
Oh yeah, 1960s.
Nonsense.
That was the majority of television in the 1960s when we was kids.
Yeah.
Sally Jesse Raphael, all of those talk shows was far more serious than the bullshit the Phil Donahue and all of that. Even Jerry Springer was a lot more serious before he fell into the hole of the bullshit. But we're here now, So yeah, I definitely want to do this. I'm going to do this interview with the 144,000 on the premise that they got a successful relationship that's longevity. And the majority of you niggas don't got long johns. Let me tell you something about you niggas, okay? No, I'm just fucking around. But for real, these are Midwest cats. They're, and the reason why I put that out there is because Midwest is logical thinkers. We're very heavy-headed. You know what I'm saying? We can handle the bullshit. We can handle the scent of the farm. You understand? That's just where we come from. And that's Illinois, that whole region, Indiana, all of that. Ohio. All of that. Strong-willed people. And we put that out there for you to be strong-willed and stop being so fucking flighty in the head, and a lot of you disrespectful motherfuckers out here, man, how you treat each other. Because,
because they pushing out men that don't even make decisions. How can you... That's a huge part of being a man, is being able to make a damn decision.
No, I'm glad you did that.
What?
You have to attack single motherism right now. That's right. I want you to get in the ring. Come on. Let's squirt some water in your mouth, motherfucker. Come on. Come on to it. Come on, get the people, rip some ass. That's right. I'm waiting, man. Come on.
Look, I'm not here to dog the sisters.
No, we gonna dog.
Like we said, we go back. You have to be accountable and responsible for your own actions. And if our bodies are temples, and we have a certain respect for ourselves, we're not going to let just any and everybody into that temple. Because sex is not just some shit that happens that nothing, that you don't have anything that's going to come out of it. Because a lot of babies are being born from that sexual act. So we definitely have to educate ourselves, and especially these young girls, because the older bras, they gone. There's nothing that the older generation, they messed up, they dropped the ball. So it's on us. And it's on us to pass down information to these young sisters who's coming up to understand that we are not out here for social media, for the entertainment. We're not out here as a piece of ass on the screen. Okay, look, if we all thought business and science minded, we would understand that, boom, there's social media, you got a platform. You can create. You can make money, right? Doing anything. You do not have to follow the Cardi B's, the Meg Thee Stallions.
Okay, well then let me ask you this. What is the difference between your sons? How many sons you have?
2 sons.
Okay, you have 2 sons. What are the differences between your sons and what you notice with single mother sons?
Look, my sons...
They're in the neighborhood. Ooh! Ooh, hold on. We're going to let the brothers speak. Come on, brother. Come on, Sharif. Tell us what the deal is. What you see with that?
You can tell the ones who like, you know what I'm saying, who have a father in their life, and the ones who can't. I mean, who don't like right away. Just in how they carry themselves. You know, whether they're able to think for themselves or ride, you know, whatever wave is going on. You know, so like if your sons, you know, they see the other nigga with his freaking whole ass showing, pants down to the knees. Your son's gonna be like, "Fuck that! Put my pants up. This shit looks stupid."
Right. My son
He can
don't
think for
that's
himself.
cool.
He don't even need you to be like clowning it. He gets it. He sees you. He knows that a real man ain't following no trends.
Yeah.
That's for females. No disrespect, but that's for women.
Real
That
men
was it.
create trends.
That was the gold nugget, the shovel hit. Did you hear it? Okay. Men don't follow trends. That's a heavy one, because that's one thing I know. I don't follow no trend, my dude. No. Why? Because it comes from an unknown source. And anybody who is indebted and endowed in Hollywood or entertainment and the magical Hermes arts understands clearly that history is the magic pot, you know, when it comes to entertainment. So, you know, when it comes to simple things like pajamas or sandals, like, I'll break down the sandals right now. I didn't even know it's all witchcraft. Yeah, the sandal splitting your toe, you have the cloven hoof. You have, let me see if you have it over here, nigga. The cloven. He has the cloven hoof. Yo, that's why I love that medieval shit. Because that cloven hoof shit is deep in a lot of stories. But when I make a medieval joke, people immediately get it. It's like, yeah, you know, you have the cloven hoof over here, you're supporting the devil's way. You signed the deed. That's right. And so, you know, but yeah, Mortal Kombat, y'all put any control on video games? Or you just let that run free?
No, you know, we don't buy everything for them.
Yeah.
Like, as parents, your kids only got what you give them.
Right, so you make them earn money? Do they have PS4? Do they have PS5? What's all that like?
They got a Switch.
They got a Switch and they got a... I don't even know what they got, because we ain't buy that shit.
They're deprived.
Look, they got blogs. They got businesses.
Yeah, no, they're barren. Okay.
They have bank accounts. While their friends are talking about sports teams, they're thinking about owning the sports team.
Yeah, okay. That's how you do it. You know, hey, I don't got no PS4, PS5 up in here. You know, I can't say that. You know, I be nigga sweep the floor.
Look, I'm telling you right now, we taught our children how to run a household when we're not away, when we're gone. They can cook, they all can clean, they all know how to keep the area nice and organized. That is so important because they have life skills. I know grown-ups who do not have life skills. They do not know how to wash, they do not know how to cook, do not know how to organize, do not know how to place things in their proper places in the home. That is so important because your home reflects your mind. So if you have shit all over the place, that just lets me know that up here you got shit all over the place. You feel me?
So my whip stretches 15 feet. Yeah, nigga. You better get that shit in that corner, nigga.
You gotta get your home, get your house in order.
Yeah.
Once your house is in order, then you can go and face the world and do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
If you can't do it here, you can't do it nowhere.
Yeah, like if you riding around in a car, you got just trash all on the floor. You know you ain't got it right
hoarder.
up here.
Oh
You ain't
my
got it right
god.
up here.
Oh my
Ain't
god.
no way you good up here. You in that car every day riding around just with trash everywhere.
That-
It's mental.
Yeah, that's the.
That's how come the army, make you do all that stuff. You know, when you in the armed forces, they like
flip the nickel.
everything.
Flip the nickel on the bed, and it has to flip. You know about that?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta flip the nickel in the corner on the bed.
Bounce back.
Yeah, you gotta bounce back. Yeah, nigga.
Shine
You know?
your boots too, all that
Everything, you
stuff.
better look like an army of one.
You better look good, look the part.
The car hoarder.
You can't be out there dusty looking.
Nah, he's reached into the dating app profiles, the dating app files. Okay, the car hoarder is like, did you really do this right now? No, disgusting.
But it's important because like if you don't feel good, you can't do good in the world, and if you don't look good and your space is not organized and clean, you're not gonna do good in the world because you're not gonna feel good. It's the energies. Yeah. It's the energies. It's all around us. We have to control those energies.
Yeah, because when it comes to cleanliness, man, and people got the animals in their houses nowadays and the vaccinations, I'm telling you, when I'm macking at a bride, I just got to be. I feel bad. Because I didn't already put Shorty through like a 30-question list, and I'm like, I'll be like, me. I'm like, damn, I feel real fed right now. Like, what the fuck is that? I just asked Shorty like 30, 40 fucking questions. And what's really cold is the psychic capacity of the uterus, okay? She get to answering the questions before I get to asking them. During the question, be like, no, nigga, I don't eat this. No, nigga. I'm like, well, I'm just making show, because fuck. Oh my God, the shit that has occurred out here, my nigga, and the random situations that you can run across is just, grotesque. Yeah, no, man. People, well, this is Vegas, and unfortunately, I love Las Vegas, and the people are clean out here when it comes to the Strip. But by majority rule, a lot of people don't really take care of themselves too much, and once again, I think that bounces back to the liquor, but that also bounces back to trauma. A lot of the stuff that we're talking about is trauma that people aren't facing. So back to the origins of your relationship. Did you cross each other while you were already in a mirror reflection status of yourselves? Or did you go into that path together? Were you already basically on knowledge of self by your dolos before you met? Or did you merge into those zones?
We raised each other in a lot of ways.
This is important.
So like, we wasn't stupid.
Right.
Even though we ain't know shit, nobody tell us shit.
Right.
We still wasn't stupid.
Right.
So that's important.
So together we went through all the schools of thoughts. Mm-hmm. Together.
Right.
So, first it was when you first come into consciousness and you first start questioning shit, like
So basically, y'all was still on normal dollar menu diet, like all of us.
Yeah.
Okay, with that back, right? And now it is hors d'oeuvres and Greek salads in the motherfucker. You understand? Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, so you grew together in the aspects of intelligence, and that's what secured a lot of things. And then the change of business and entrepreneurism is very important because a lot of women can't handle that. Because a lot of ladies, they expect men to have a one-track mind, so they can, I guess it's easier for a woman to follow a dude that's one track. She can know him, I guess, and then on the dark side, do all types of shit because she knows the boundaries of how he operates. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like that didn't happen in this situation. There's always an exception to the rule. So always remember that when it comes to your graph and how you predict things on your 100%. You know what I'm saying? So would you do the whole prepper thing? Where are you at with that? We met when we hooked up with each other. It was, when we started talking, way back in the day, just YouTube shit. We were both in those stages then. I don't know, bro. Yeah, bro, I don't know, bro. I was pulling out my dreads, nigga. You understand? Look at me now. You see that? I was pulling out my dreads. So now we're in a situation Well, I mean, just yesterday I saw a video. They've been dumping nuclear waste in Florida off the coast of Florida since 1994. Alaska just had an 8.2 what's the name earthquake today.
Germany's underwater.
China's
underwater.
underwater. Arizona's underwater. Half of California's still burning the fuck up right now.
It's snowing in Brazil.
It's snow. I mean, so it really is a prepper zone. What do you think about that? Would you hop into that boat right now? Would you,
I wouldn't go all the way off the deep end. I mean, like, they've been really saying this stuff for over 10 years now.
Y2K, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have just dropped off the grid at Y2K, and you're like, well, I ain't gonna invest in no stocks because all this stuff gonna fall. You could have bought Amazon 10 years ago.
B, don't do that right now. Because you remember when I brought the SecondLife.com team in, and SecondLife.com was operating off of Bitcoin in 2007. Remember that shit?
Yeah,
I could have bought up a nigga could have been marble floored in right now. You dig what I'm saying? But it didn't happen like that. I thought it was some nerd shit. So because I wrote it off as some nerd shit, nothing happened. But like you said, man, you can't fully sell yourself all the way on it because who knows? I mean, I'm down here in Vegas right now, and as I stated 10 years ago on the blog talk, we all gonna have to be in this region to go up the Rocky Mountains into the Alaska area. And that may be the only area of survival. There's zombies coming, nigga. So, yeah, I remember I was on the phone with my nigga Medici. I said, nigga, the zombies is here. Nigga, I said, I got my Keegan. I got my Keegan back. I'm ready for the zombie. He said, nigga, who wants to be here with some zombies?
Right.
He said, nigga, I ain't surviving shit. Nigga. He said, nigga, I'm not surviving goddamn thing. We gonna have the last shootout. And this motherfucker, and them niggas num. Them niggas just gonna have to get me big because I'm not doing the extra stress. We're not gonna run. We're not gonna be stacked. The quality of women, And my nigga Badiji, he over there balling, nigga, super balling with the Louboutins and everything. Like the quality, brother. What are we gonna be dealing with? There's no wine. There's cheap vodka is left. I can't handle these conditions. You understand? No, I don't know if the zombies coming. I don't know. What do you do with that, bro? I mean, how do you keep that down?
You just gotta be ready so you don't have to get ready. So like, there's only so much you can do to prep for crazy shit like that, right? There's only so much you can do.
I am in Las Vegas. and the whiskey and the walking on the strip has worn my bolts and these down. You understand me? I need new bolts in my goddamn knees. I need a new spring, nigga. Before we get to talk about anything about some zombies. You understand? Okay? Because if I don't, I am down. You understand? Man down on the field. Okay? That's what it is. So yeah, man. Let's see here. I feel very precious. No, that's serious shit. I mean, for real. I mean,
No, but on some real shit, like in the Moore Science of America, like we follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Well, you understand, like there's instructions for stuff like this. It says no matter what, always keep a 90-day supply of food, water, and supplies in your home because the European is going to fail us. As we can see, the European is failing us. And at the end of the day, the power is going to be left in the Asiatic, so-called black man's hands because we're going to be the only ones left. So we have to actually get our minds elevated to run this world after all this shit goes down.
Yeah.
Who's ready? Like
you're talking the big one right there. I'm saying right now, these niggas.
And that's why.
Like Mad Max.
But that's why the European is pushing the savage agenda because he wants the African Americans, black Moors, he wants us to be savage so that he can't
if you
take
don't
care of
got,
ourselves.
if you don't got this kicked out of heaven, you don't know what the fuck.
That's
to do.
right. Yo.
Because and the reason
Yo.
being,
Get this book.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the Catholic and the Judaic way, like I'm saying, it ain't got nothing to do with race. It's just a more complex layer of thought, and you have to go ahead and devour that. As a matter of fact, it's invitation. There's no other system out here that has 120 Black Madonnas. There's no other system out here got 20, 30 black male saints that were warriors and knights and all of this other stuff, and got paintings, 10-foot tall paintings of them inside of cathedrals that you've never even seen or heard about. You dig what I'm saying? So it's a complex level of thinking that is the same thinking that developed your Panasonic, your Sony, your Breyers ice cream, your GMC, your Ford, you know, Chevrolet, your Nike, your Adidas, and all the companies that you use right now, and the ones that your grandma was raised off of. Okay, that's just the reality. There's a specific type of thought that built those companies, and no other thought on this planet has built that many goddamn companies at that level of sophistication and made them last for 100 and 200 years. So there's a psychological position here that needs to be attained, and etiquette is a part of that. You understand? Cleanliness is a part of that. You know, the roots of Islam is also a part of that, as Christianity and Catholicism and Judaic studies have their ties with the ways of Allah. Now, we must understand that when we talk about medieval Europe, that is a compilation of all studies from the ancient worlds. Okay? So that's why those books are very serious. Kickedoutofheaven.com. That's why they got their own copies of it, and they verified the order. Okay, this is the Black Madonna of the Order of the Blessed Virgin Mary and Mercy. You know,
we've seen that with our own eyes in this little town in Brazil.
Yeah, and the Order of the Blessed Virgin Mary and Mercy represents the Mercy tribe of Omo Valley, Ethiopia, as well. You know, so it's a big system that's been given to me to be introduced to all. You understand? And this is the 144,000, as you know, vets in the YouTube like me. We got 720. You know, we've been mobbing, gonna stay mobbing. Anything else y'all want to say to the people that don't know, giving y'all information and all of that?
Go ahead.
Check out moorsinamerica.com. That's www.moorsinamerica.com. You know, there's a bunch of articles on there to learn your history. Hit us up at BEY at moorsinamerica.com. That's the email. If you have any questions, or you know you want to talk about something, need some information, definitely hit us up. We definitely get back to you. That's it. Peace, love, and prosperity.
All right, peace.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they not wearing the mask. She just wanted to who bang. Yeah, she wanted to bang the set on my show today. So you know we don't wear the mask when we're out. We let the beauty exemplify to the world. You understand? So yeah, we just wanted to let everybody know. You know. So y'all get at me. Y'all know what it is. Peace. I'll be back up in this motherfucker.